Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. If you're jumping on and you're watching on Facebook, please hit that like button, hit that share button, comment your state where you're coming in from. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any more value. Right. So let's go ahead and get into it. Today, I want to do this gold analysis with you guys and get you ready for the rest of this trading week. I actually did this video yesterday, but my mic was off, so I'm just going to redo it. Right. So if you want to get out a pen and paper, or you can pull up Google Documents so that you can follow along with me and take notes. That's something that would be very wise of you to do, or just save this video for later use. Right. But it's always good to take notes. The note takers are the money makers. All right. So let's get into it. Know what got to here, Mr. Laptop Lifestyle. If you didn't know, now you know. I'm trying to do is grow. I'm very, very grateful for another day. I'm grateful for you guys, the ones that come through and share good energy. I'm grateful for everything that I have, everything I know that I will have. I'm grateful for clothes on my back, shoes on my feet, shelter over my head, fresh water to drink, fresh food to eat in the fridge, transportation in the garage, money in the bank. I'm grateful for my health, all my appendages work. I'm in my right mindset. I have this platform to share this value with you guys. Um, Thankful for the ones I have around me. And yeah, everybody, right? Everything I have, I'm very, very grateful. All right. So, y'all, let's get into it. Gold analysis. So, very first thing you got to do is you need to get a broker account, right? And if you don't have a broker's account, then you can hit me up. I can show you the one that I'm using. Okay. So, I'm using Sway Markets, and I'll give you my link so that I can walk you through exactly how to set that up, right? So, just comment the word trade if you're watching on Facebook. If you're watching on YouTube, then the link should be in the comments. But if it's not, then just comment, let me get the link for your broker, and I'll send you over that link. All right. So, first thing you got to do is register for Sway Markets, right? So, Sway Markets looks like this here. Uh, okay. So, once you click that link and you register, you can log in your back office. It's going to look like this here, right? So, the very first thing you want to do is create your live account. Come over here, click this plus sign real account, and you can choose any of these. I haven't used none of these, but the one that I'm familiar with is ECN. I'm really not sure what these other ones are. I have to do some more research on that. But yeah, ECN, click create account, go to your currency, USD, click terms and conditions, and create account. Right. So right after you do that, you are going to get an email from Sway Markets. It's going to send you your account information. Right. So you want to make sure you save that email because you're going to need that to log in. Right. So once you have your real account, you can also create a demo account too, right? I suggest that you create a demo account as well. So if you come over here, click demo account and just go to demo ECN. Very, very key that you practice, 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 practice. All right. You want to get in your reps before you start trading with your hard earned money, right? It only makes sense. So you don't want to just jump into this game and just try to start setting placing trades on your real account, right? That's not really the smart thing to do. Um, so yeah, if you're just now beginning, you want to make sure you create a demo account. There's nothing wrong with that. What you can do on a demo account, you can also do on a live account. All right. So it's just about getting your reps in. You just want to get in that practice, get in that repetition over and over and over again. Once you have your strategy down and you're winning at least 6 out of 10 trades, then I'd say move over to a live account. All right. So that's just the right way to go about it. All right. So next thing you want to do is deposit money into your real account. So you can buy Bitcoin on Cash App. Uh, I also have another platform I use called Trust Wallet. Um, those are really two really good ones that I can get Bitcoin on. But yeah, you can do your research, find out where you can get Bitcoin, or you can use USDT TRX or Ethereum or USDT Ethereum, right? Or you can pay by card, right? Which is probably the easiest. Everybody has a card that they can pay with. But yeah, in Cash App, you can send Bitcoin pretty much instantly. So yeah, probably I would stick to either Bitcoin or pay by card. All right. So obviously, if you do pay by card, you just click there, enter in your card information. It's a $10 minimum deposit, but I would say if you're going to start trading with me, I would start with at least $100. Right, $100 that'll give you off to a good start. All right. So if you don't have $100, it's fine, right? You can start with $10 if that's all you got. I'm just saying the less amount that you start with, the more precise you're going to have to be with your trades, right? Because very, very little room for error, and you can't be setting big lot sizes, right? You're probably going to be taking one trade at a time, and it's going to go really slow, but it's possible, right? It's possible to start from $10 and grow it to $1,000, $10,000. I've seen people do it before, but yeah, just $100 would be a good starting point if you can, or at least 50. But like I said, the lower the amount that you start with, the more precise that your trades are going to have to be. You have very little room for error. All right. So, yeah, if you do Bitcoin, click confirm. They'll give you the address that you can send it to. And yeah, go ahead and send it to that address. Make sure that you copy and paste, right? I cannot stress that enough. Your Bitcoin is really, really funny, right? If you mess up one letter or one number, it's going somewhere totally different, and there's nobody for you to call, right? That's why Bitcoin and crypto is so risky, because if you lose your money, there's nobody for you to call to get that back. Right? There's like no insurance on your money. So you got to be very careful messing with crypto. Make sure that you copy and paste the address, and triple check, right? Triple check, make sure it's going to the place that you're trying to send it to. All right. So now, once you send that, it should pop up in your wallet balance. Now you want to go to internal transfer, right? Because you want to transfer it from your wallet to the ECN account. Okay, so you go here, click on internal transfer. Okay, and then you just click on the account that you created, your ECN account, and then the wallet, right? Your wallet address will also pop up here. So you go from the wallet to your ECN. Okay, wallet address, wallet to ECN. That's what you're going to send it to. Choose the amount that you want to send, and then click send. All right, so now you have that money in your account. All right, now it's time to log into the Sway Markets platform, right? So you can place trades. Okay, so once you log in, okay, it's going to be the same login for Sway Markets. Okay, so what we're going to do, what I trade is gold, right? So you go up here. This is where you can find all of the pairs that you can trade. So you just type in XAU, gold will pop up there. All right, so this is what I trade. You can choose to trade whatever you want. If you want to trade multiple different pairs, that's up to you. My best advice is that you stick to one, right? Stick to one pair, get to know it. And the more that you get to know it, the more you're going to be able to anticipate moves on that pair, right? When your focus is on a bunch of different pairs, it's hard to get to know pairs, hard to anticipate moves like that, right? So some people would tell you focus on a bunch of different pairs, and that's cool, right? If you want to do it that way, you can. For me, I tried it that way. My I have ADD, right? I have ADD, HD, whatever you call it, and um, it just didn't work for me, right? Focusing on a bunch of different pairs just didn't work for me. I need to focus on one, and I think this is even in life too. Like you need to just focus on one woman, right? Focus on a bunch of different women, that's going to give you a headache, that's going to frustrate you, it's going to lead you into trouble, into places that you don't want to be. Focusing on one woman, that's where it's at, right? And once you do that, you'll start to notice things start to change in your life, and things become less stressful. Stop going through drama and all this crazy stuff, right? So I don't know, that's just my theory on it, right? I think focusing on one pair, it just makes life a lot easier. Okay, a lot more simple. And when you have just that one pair that you get to know, and that's down for you, right? And you just ride with that pair no matter what, right? Through thick and thin. It just makes your trading journey a lot easier. Okay. Now, some people are going to tell you focus on a bunch of different pairs at one time, right? And that's cool. If you want to do that, you can try it out, see how it goes for you, and then come back and talk to me, right? And once you start focusing on one pair, you'll start to notice your trading game will go to a different level, right? Okay. So yeah, that's just my advice. But yeah, you can always do what you want to do. But just from my years, my experience of trading for about probably like going on 8 years now. Okay, I just have found it a lot less frustrating focusing on one pair. All right. But if you would like to state your case and let me know why you trade multiple different pairs or why you focus on a bunch of different pairs, then put it in the comments. Right. I'm interested to see your perspective. Okay. But for me, my trading journey, I've just found it easier focusing on one pair. In life, I found it easier just having one woman that you focus on, that you care about, that you try to take care of and provide for and protect, right? So I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Okay. But yeah, if you're going to trade with me, I'll be trading gold only. That's all that I trade, right? Gold. Um, we may look at Bitcoin, right, on the weekends if we don't have nothing to do. Okay. And everybody's going towards crypto and trading futures and all that, right? And that's cool. We may look at BTC over the weekend, right? Because we can't trade regular pairs during the weekend. So yeah, we might do that. Okay. But yeah, overall we just focus on one pair. So I'll be trading gold. All right. So now to place a trade, right? You want to if we're going in for a sell, you're going to press this red button right here where my mouse is. If we're going for a buy, you'll press this green button. This is going to be your lot size, the trade that you're going to take, right? So if you're trading for with a small amount, like I said, you want to stick to zero point zero 0.01. You really don't want to go over zero point zero 0.01. Once you start going up 0.02, 3, 4, 5, right? Um, then you're risking your account. Okay. And I don't think you'll even be able to place a trade higher than zero point zero 0.05 on a really small account, anyways. Right. And you're also going to only be allowed to take one trade, right? If you take a bigger lot size. So keep it at zero point zero 0.01 and just get those small wins, right? I know it's going to be tempting to turn this all the way up and turn up your lot size, but I'm just telling you from my experience, it's better just to start off slow, start off with a small lot size, get those consistent wins built up, and then you move up your lot size, right? Once you start getting a bigger account, don't try to hurry up and run up a check in one day. That's how you're going to blow your account every time. Every time that I started with a little amount and I tried to make a huge amount of money in a very short amount of time, it did not end well. So you got to take your time with this, right? This forex thing is really, it's not one of those get rich quick things. This is a compound over time type of thing, right? Where you're just trying to compound 1 to 3% per day, and that will build up to a larger amount over time, right? But you can get rich with forex, right? Don't get me wrong. You can get rich quick with forex, taking big lot sizes and over leveraging your account. But I don't suggest that you do that, right? I don't suggest that you do that. But it does happen for some people. Some people, they start with really low accounts. They put big lot sizes on their trades and they hit, right? But it's probably not going to go like that for you. Okay. And I wouldn't want you to gamble your hard earned money away trying to do that. So I'm going to tell you the smart, safe way, right? The conservative way to do it, because it's just going to be better for you in the outrun, right? In the long run. So take those small lot sizes, build up your consistent wins. Yes, it's only going to be a few cents here and there, a few couple dollars here and there, right? But you just want to start off slow, right? Start off small and build up those wins over a period of time. All right. That's the best way to go about it. That's the best way to look at Forex. You're just trying to compound small wins, a bunch of small wins over a long period of time. That's going to blow your account up. eventually, right? But yeah, like I said, you can do whatever you want. You can trade however you want. If you want to take over leverage your account, risk blowing your account every time, then you can do that, right? It's up to you. That's just not what I suggest you do. Okay. So now you got your account, you know how to place a trade, right? You know how to find the pairs where you want to trade. Now I want to teach you how to draw up your own analysis. Okay. Um, but before we draw up our analysis, first thing that we want to do is head over here to forexfactory.com. And this is going to tell us the news that's dropping for the day. Okay. Let us know what's happening, what's going on in the world, right? Because what happens in the world, it does affect the market, right? So you want to make sure you are aware of what's going on, right? So we see here we're at 2 p.m. We had that 10 a.m. news. So if you were trading at around 10 a.m., you probably saw some crazy moves happening, um, and we could probably take a look, right? Yep, just like I said, this is probably around 10 a.m. news. This move from here to here, right? That's a pretty aggressive bearish move right there, and it probably was because of that news that hit. All right, so yeah, you just want to make sure you're aware, right? So this is broken down into three different categories. It's going to be yellow folder news, which is low impact; orange folder, which is medium; and red folder news is going to be high impact. All right. So when you see red folder news, it doesn't mean to stay out of the market necessarily. Right. When I trade binary options, when I see a red folder, that does tell me to stay out of the market. When I'm using my bot and I see a red folder, that tells me to turn off my bot because things are going to start getting crazy. But if I'm just manually trading, that red folder right there, that can indicate a possibility of a lot of profit that I could be making, right? A potential big move that I could catch. So when you see a red folder, it just means be aware, right? Be cautious because there's going to be a lot of volatility in that pair. Even the orange folder, right? You can see some volatility with the orange folders as well. All right. So yeah, you always want to come here, check out what's going on. If you want to see the details of each news event, you just come over here, click on details, and it'll break it down for you, right? What's going on, what to expect. Okay. So yeah, make sure you get familiar with this. You always want to make it a habit to check what's going on over here first so that you can be prepared for what's about to happen on here. Okay. So now we want to draw up our own analysis, right? So this is the part where this is the skill that you need to build, right? Once you build this skill that I'm about to show you, you could take this anywhere, right? And it's worth thousands and thousands of dollars once you learn this high income skill of drawing up on your chart and creating your own analysis, right? So I keep it very simple. I keep it very simple. One, two, three, ABC. Um, I don't try to use a lot of big terminology on you guys like liquidity, right? We hear people use that all the time, and it sounds cool, right? All those big terminology, forex terminology, it sounds cool, but it really just confuses people, right? So I try to keep it as basic as possible. I use a little bit of forex terminology, right? But it's very basic and very easy to understand. All right. So very first thing that we want to do when we jump on chart is ask ourselves, which way is the market going? Right? Which way is the market going? So very easy way to tell yourself to be able to identify which way the market is going is price starting in the top left or is it starting in the bottom left? Right. If it's starting in the top left, working its way to the bottom right, that is a downtrend. If it's starting in the bottom left, working to the top right, that's an uptrend. So we see here, price is starting up here, working its way down. Right now, we are seeing a little pullback, this little uptrend forming, but right now we are in this downtrend. Okay, so what we want to do is come over here, grab our trend line tool, and connect the dots. Okay. All right, so let me get rid of these so you guys can see a little bit better. Okay. So this is the trend we are currently in, right? This downtrend forming. So you can see here prices starting at the top of our trend line, working its way to a certain point, bouncing off our trend line, made this aggressive move, this bearish move down, came back, tested our trend line, came down a little bit, came back, hit our trend line again, and consolidated against our trend line. And we just saw a break, right? A little break in our trend line, coming back into structure though, looking like it's trying to respect this trend line area. All right. So what we want to do from here is ask ourselves, what zone are we currently in? Right? What zone are we in? And the way that you're going to identify what zone you're in is by identifying major reversal points. Okay. Major reversal points. The major reversal points are going to let you know where price gets to and it's seeing resistance, right? It's having a hard time getting past that point. Okay. So we see we have one there. All right. And you don't have to identify all of them, just enough to give you a general idea of where you're seeing resistance. Okay. Okay. So once you have a few major reversal points identified, you should be able to start to see where you're seeing your areas of resistance at. All right. So from here, you basically see where your zones are at. So the top is going to represent your resistance. All right. All right. And this bottom, okay. So we're going to call this our resistance. Okay. And the bottom is going to represent our support. Okay. So a good way to think about this is like a house, right? Like a house. The bottom representing your floor. All right. So this is the support. Your floor supports you. And the top is like your roof of your house, right? It's resisting. Okay. So now it doesn't have to be perfect, just the general area of where you're seeing resistance at. Okay. That's really all you need to identify. So you can see here, prices is bouncing but off of our resistance area, coming, testing our support, bouncing off our resistance, testing our support, bouncing off the resistance. Now it's back at our support area, right? So from here, it can only do three things, right? It's either going to continue to move sideways or it's going to go up and come back and retest our resistance, break this structure, right? Break this trend line, or it's going to break our support and head down to our next area of support, which will probably be somewhere around here. Okay. Probably could choke up a little bit on this, probably somewhere around here. All right. So yeah, this is right. You can only do three things. It's either going to move sideways along this area, or it's going to respect this support, come back up to our resistance, or it's going to break this support, right, and stay in structure, bouncing off this trend line, coming down to our next area of support. All right. So that's why I love Forex. This is why I love Forex, is because the probability of me being right is 50-50, right? If I got in for a buy here, it's 50-50 chance. It can only do two things. It's either going to go with my analysis, right? Respect this area of support and come back to this resistance, and I'll be in profit, or it's not, and I read it wrong, and it's respecting this trend line, and it goes down, right? And then I'll be in negative on my trade. But either way that it goes, do not panic, because anytime that it gets to one of these areas, you're going to see some type of reversal, some type of pullback, right? So even if you got in for a sell here, right, try to anticipate it coming down and it started to go back this way, don't panic, because when it gets to this area, you're going to see some type of resistance, right? So it'll be some type of pullback to the support. Even if you got in for a buy here and it started to go down, don't panic, because when it gets to this area, it's going to see some type of pullback to this trend line. All right. So this is where you can make your educated guess, right? This is where you can make your educated guess. But there's a few things that you want to get confirmation on first, right? You want to get confirmation that it's going to head in that whatever direction that you think it's going to go. The way that I get more confirmation is by knowing types of candlesticks, right? So there's certain type of candlesticks. A certain type of candlestick that I look for is called an engulfing candlestick. When I see an engulfing candlestick, right, I don't have time to get into all that, but when I see that type of candlestick, then it lets me know that it's going to probably head in that direction, right? So there's all kind of ways that you can confirm that it's going to try to head in the direction that you think, right? All kind of different patterns, different candlesticks, different indicators, right? This is another indicator that we're using with the mob, okay? And it's called the SBA, okay? And what this SBA system does is basically like a cheat sheet, right? Because it's going to draw up my analysis for me. And it's also going to give me my sell entry, my stop loss, my take profit 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So it's going a little slow right now, but there it goes. All right. So you see here, it's going to give you your stop loss, your sell entry, take profit 1, 2, and 3. Or if it's ready for a buy, you'll see a green arrow and it'll give you your buy entry, so on and so on. It's also going to let you know the trend of the market just by a glance, right? All you got to do is look up here. If you see white on the time frame that you trade on, that means price is consolidating, which is what it's doing right now. It's just going sideways, right? If you see a black square, that means it's in sell momentum, right? There's sellers, a lot of sellers in the market, right? So it's in a selling momentum. If you see green, means it's in a bullish momentum, means there's a lot of buyers. Okay, so on that time frame, you can expect for buys. Okay, so this is like a cheat sheet, right? Obviously, this is like training wheels for the beginner, because it just marks up the chart for you, gives you your levels, gives you your supply and demand zones, gives you your sell entry, buy entry, stop loss, take profit 1, 2, and 3. Right. So this is like a cheat sheet for people that are just now starting to trade. But that's cool, right? But what you really want to do is learn this skill. Okay. This is the main priority, learning this skill, because the other indicators, the other bots, all these other AI tools that we can use are just giving us an edge on the market, right? It's just extra confirmation. This right here, what I just showed you, right, how to do, mark up your own analysis on your chart. It's old school, but this is the skill, right? When you build this skill, nobody can take it from you. It doesn't matter what they do, right? It's already up here. Nobody can take it out of your mind once you see this and you're exposed to it and you learn and build this skill. All right. So it makes it priceless. It makes it priceless to learn the skill, but it just only comes by repetition. The only way you're going to get good at this is by repetition. Repetition is the mother of skill, right? Repetition is the mother of skill. Only way to have skill is to repeat something over and over and over again. Just like a shooter, right? Just like Steph Curry. For Steph Curry to become the shooter that he is, he had to shoot over and over and over and over again. Same way, off of 1 foot, off of 2 feet, off balance, fadeaway, floaters, layups, threes, far threes, right? So he had to shoot over and over and over again to get that skill to where it is now. The more skill you have, the more repetition that you did. It's simple. It's simple math, right? It doesn't take a rocket science to get good at something. You just got to do it over and over and over again. Once you do it over and over again, you'll start to build muscle memory. You'll start to build, uh, what's it called? Sort of like an intuition where you just know, right? You know without having to even think about it. And that's where you want to be at in trading. All right. And the only way to get there is by putting the reps in, getting on here on the chart, putting the shots up over and over again, right? So you can see here, we got our engulfing candlesticks. So yeah, good for some buys. It's probably going to try to reach up to this area here of resistance before it pulls back and tries to retest this trend line. Okay, so if you want to get in for buys, good time. I'd probably set your stop loss somewhere around here, 2401. Okay, and then ride it out till it gets around this area, move your stop loss up, and just see what it does, right? It could break through this area, could respect this area, come back down, retest the trend. Okay, but yeah, you just go about it that way, right? Go about it this way. This is building your skill. So after you do this, I would erase it, do it all over again, right? Every single chance that you get during the day. It's how you're going to build this skill, right? Doing it over and over again. All right, so y'all, I hope you got value from this. If you want to learn how to trade with me, you want to trade with me Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 8 a.m. Eastern time, right? I have my own class that I teach, and you can jump on and trade with me throughout the week. All right, so you can join our mob movement. We have a webinar tonight. All right, I'll be posting that link inside of our group. So if you want to comment the word trade, I'll add you to our free group so that you can get that Zoom link for tonight. And we'll be going live on Zoom at, I think, 8 p.m. Eastern time, 7 p.m. Central time. All right, I believe that's the time. Let me check. Let me double check just to be sure. Yeah, so 7 p.m. Central time, 8 p.m. Eastern time, right? So if you want to get into our free group and get on that, you can. All right, so y'all, yeah, I appreciate you. Let's see if we got any comments. See if we got any comments. All right, so it doesn't look like we got any. So yeah, probably explained everything pretty well. If you didn't understand, or if you want me to break it down a little bit more for you, go ahead and comment the word trade. You can also join my free Discord if you're watching on YouTube. Just click the link in the description. All right. So yeah, hope you guys got value. And doesn't look like my camera was even on, but it's all good. All right. At least my mic was on this time. All right. So y'all, I love y'all. Know you can do about it. Know what got to hear, Mr. Lifestyle. If you didn't know, now you know what I'm trying to do is grow. Like I always say, make the rest of it the best of it. I'll meet you at the top. It's that bottom.